Hello and welcome to Movies with My Dad, the podcast where I, film critic Tina Cacadelas, take my dad Stratis to the movies. This week we saw Hoppers, directed by Daniel Chong, starring Piper Curda and Bobby Moynihan. Join us on the spoiler-filled car ride home. Okay, it's recording. You can start driving.
I'm too busy yawning.
Yeah, how was your nap?
Hi, Tina.
Hi, Dad. How was your nap?
What time is it?
9:40.
Oh, man. In the morning?
Okay.
Did we sleep all the way through the morning?
You did nap. You were snoring. I could hear you.
Well, that was amusing because I wasn't asleep because I even heard myself snoring. I don't know what that means.
I don't like that. That's weird.
What did you take me to, Tina?
Hoppers.
That sounds like a fun drug movie.
No, it doesn't. That's poppers.
Oh, there's such a thing?
I can't possibly explain to you what poppers are right now.
Okay. It's not something at TGI Fridays?
What?
You know, poppers.
A jalapeno popper?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I mean, yes and no.
Okay, so...
What's the plot?
Pretend somebody would watch this movie.
You know, a lot of people said this was a really good movie.
All right, so it's a Disney Pixar movie about environmental stuff.
About starting an environmental crisis through sheer will and belief. That is crazy behavior.
I will start us off.
Yeah? With the plot?
No. The plot, I don't know. Does it matter? But what I think what matters is we just observed the end to the Pixar dynasty.
That ended like a while ago.
I didn't realize it's the only one I've seen since.
Toy Story 4?
No, we saw...
you did not like Toy Story 4.
I don't know about that. I don't care. We saw the good one with the little girl, Inside Out.
Inside Out 2.
4, 3, 2.
2.
Okay. That one was good. That made me cry. That made me feel emotions.
Yes, we both liked that one.
This made me snore while being awake.
That is so unsettling. I don't like that.
Did you like it, Tina?
Absolutely not.
You laughed over there.
Because...
I think you probably cried a little over there.
No, I did not cry.
I heard some little snuffling.
No. I am more than willing to admit when I cry in movies. I cried in Aquamarine. I have no shame about crying. You don't even know what Aquamarine is. You don't even know that I should be ashamed that I cried in Aquamarine.
I'll take your word.
Thank you. I am fine saying when I cried. I did not.
But come on, this was not a Pixar Disney movie.
It was?
It missed all of the ability to touch children and adults at the same time.
I would phrase that in a slightly different way.
Phrase it however you'd like.
I don't like that.
Okay.
Written by a Pittsburgher.
Oh, now I feel really bad.
Whose parents live right up the street from you.
Some Yinzer wrote this?
Right up his parents live up the street.
I really feel bad now. That's just not fair. Say something bad about it so it's not just me.
I like his other movie. Okay, the plot, I guess so, like a little self-righteous teenager's place of refuge of a glade is being ruined. I don't think I know what a glade is. So I just think of the Everglades.
It's a meadow with water. How about that?
Is that what it is?
Sure.
Okay, whatever. Is getting ruined so that the mayor can build a beltway, which high concept for children, I think. All of this felt a little high concept for children. For? Well, you want to touch the children and the adults.
Well, yes, because it missed the adult audience completely, or the teenage audience completely.
Yes.
And it probably was...
I think it was a little too heady for children. Too much
for children, right.
And not fun enough, and, also kind of scary.
Oh, well, yeah. There was.
But they all, I guess, kind of all Disney movies are.
Not all Pixar, but most Disney movies.
For sure. And so then she, the girl...
Why are you going into detail?
For Mom.
For Mom.
For Mom, who listens to this. She like gets her brain and switch conscious. No, but her consciousness gets turned into a
You're doing
mechanical
a great job,
beaver.
Tina. Just keep going.
It was so long, like impressively long for a movie.
Who were the voice actors?
I only knew Dave Franco.
Dave Franco was the mayor?
No, Dave Franco was
the Beaver King?
No, Dave Franco.
Was
oh my God.
The little
was the Hitler.
The little squishy squirrel, squishy
Hitler.
Okay.
Insect Hitler.
Insect. Must be a nicer way to say that.
You come up with one. It was 2 hours in there. I'm sure other names that I would recognize, but means nothing to me. I just think that the messaging of this movie is a little all over the place.
I mean, at points there, I was like, I want the Beltway to be built. That girl was just annoying.
Woo! Okay, but like...
And the mayor was, he was doing really well. Everybody loved the mayor.
Dad, what?
I don't know.
Oh my God, you could
just trying to be controversial, Tina.
I don't think you just feel bad because the guy's from Pittsburgh and he might listen to this. Sorry, Jesse. I really love Me, Earl and the Dying Girl.
Wait, is this his first animated film?
I believe so. I don't really know what Jesse's been up to, aside from Me and Earl and the Dying Girl. Great movie. Again, shot right up the street. Anyway, I don't really have a lot to... Nothing about this made any sense, and it just truly felt like it kept switching around what it wanted to say. And then, also, I think Disney has this issue that I really think that somebody should address, where all of their movies that are about minority people, they all have them turn into a creature. You got Princess and the Frog. You have a black woman turning into a frog for 80% of the movie. You have this movie where you have a young Asian girl turning into a beaver for 80% of the movie.
She was an Asian girl?
Yeah.
I guess so.
Not a white girl.
I thought the little, what's it called?
I have no idea.
The Japanese comic books?
Manga?
Manga.
No, I don't think you know what manga is to say that.
The faces.
Okay, let me continue.
Okay.
Because then you also have Soul, where you have a black man turns into Amy Poehler for 80% of the movie. Then you have, there's another, Turning Red, where you have an Asian girl turn into a red panda for 80% of the movie. And what at this point...
Hey, the white mare turned into a beaver.
For 5% of the movie.
Well.
No, Dad. No.
I'm not really sticking up for that.
No. But it's just somebody should address this at Disney, at Pixar, and unpack whatever it is they're doing, because it's just disrespectful.
I will admit I did not catch any of that.
Okay. Well, great.
Mostly because I wasn't sure.
Because you were sleeping.
I was sleeping.
Well, then I don't really know what you're going to contribute to this. We still got 10 minutes till we get home. What do you want to say? Why did you hate it?
I was sleeping.
Okay. Why didn't you?
All right, so here's my critique. I'm sorry, Jesse.
Yeah. I don't address him by name if you're going to be mean to him.
You already did. You addressed the entire movie.
I at least like one of his other movies.
Let's say I do as well. Gives me some credibility. No, I think one of the things I always loved about Pixar movies, right?
Yeah.
Is they have a storyline, and they often keep going back to it and manipulating it and adding to it in rewrites, and sometimes they even go through a first animation pass through it, and they don't like where the story's going, so they redo it.
Can you back
I watched
this
some
up?
documentaries on Toy Story and other
So you
ones
watched
long
some
ago.
YouTube videos
I watched
about
some
it?
YouTube videos. Fair enough.
For sure.
But I feel like this one was the first pass. I felt like there was no depth or complexity there.
Yes.
In bringing other stories in and making it relatable and approachable by those different audiences.
I agree. I think that...
See?
Well, no, I'm not... I agree with your theory. I haven't watched these YouTube documentaries that you speak of. But I think when you look back at the movies from my childhood, you have stories that are emotionally and narratively driven as opposed to plot driven. or like concept driven.
Yes.
I mean, and this just felt like it was like, we've never stuck somebody in a beaver before. Let's do it. And it just felt like they wanted to, somebody had thought of that idea of what if we could do this, and then it was a very loose construction.
I'm not even sure that was a critical part of the story.
Dad, what? She's a beaver.
No, I know, I understand, but the beavers themselves and the animals could have decided on this their own without the crossover to the humans, that transfer of brain power between beaver and human. You could have rewritten it differently too. I don't think that was that swapping body brain.
You want to go knock on Jesse's door?
No,
it's up the street.
Oh, this is hurting too much. I don't like that.
His parents live up the street, not him.
He's going to come into my life and critique the work I did on the house or something.
He's going to be like, that podcast episode about how much you didn't like my movie was so bad. I don't know. It's like, that's the disappointing thing is like, even if a Pixar movie doesn't, even if I don't fully love it, it still does get me to tear up.
Yes.
And I think that this didn't, I mean, I know that this did not, but I think it's the problem of it didn't want to, it wanted to be this sort of Band-Aid feeling of nobody's really wrong. We all make mistakes, which again, on paper, I agree with. We all do make mistakes and we all can like apologize and make things better. But
I'm sorry, Tina.
For what?
It doesn't matter. I'm just sorry.
About me being born? You know, there's like a whole anti-natalist movement about people.
I have heard that. No, why did you go there? Where did that come into your head?
I was listening to a podcast about anti-natalism.
Great.
But I think that it was afraid to show anybody, like it wanted to show that people are flawed without also putting in the effort to show that these people change. I don't feel like any of these people learned a lesson. I feel like the city started burning down and they were like, oh no, we have to do something. Not there's been a change of...
Well, I think the humans understood that they were saved by the animals.
Did they?
Yes, that was the lesson to learn. But...
No, that's what they want you to fill in the blanks with.
Well, yes.
Yeah, but there wasn't actually, like, I didn't feel like the mayor, Jerry. Poor Jerry.
Did they have to pick a stereotypical white guy?
Yes. You guys are doing a lot out in the world. That is not good.
Fair. I guess I can't argue.
No. It felt like it was afraid to take a firm stance in anything. And I think that is the problem with...
No, it had a firm stance.
In what? Starting an ecological disaster?
Yes.
Like,
but what I think his big problem was, it didn't pull me along anywhere.
No, they killed Grandma fast.
Grandma was by far... I went the whole movie about the child-grandma relations. That was so sweet. And they spent time on her, the animation of her and the love. Right, I was going to cry right there.
You were?
Well, I just meant...
Because all she said was, listen to nature. And I was like,
but her face was so comforting. It made me feel of my grandma.
That's very sweet. My grandma did not take me to nature like that. Neither of my grandmas took me out to nature like that, so I didn't.
No, your grandmother took you to Bloomingdale's.
Yeah, she did.
Same kind of feeling. Just stand in the corner.
You smell that recycled air? That is where nature is healing.
And then she took you to American Dolls.
American Girl Dolls.
That's close enough.
I also...
Very similar concept. Could have done a whole movie on that.
For sure. I'll write it and pitch it to Pixar and say, no ecological disasters here. But I think that with the grandma, too, back in my day, when they killed off a parent or a loved one, they just stayed dead back there.
She did have a lot of
she just kept coming back,
That's
which
true.
Felt like you weren't actually building that dynamic to make it feel like it was pulling on the heartstrings. It was just showing you this image of, oh, you should feel something now because you know that this person is dead.
Well, I think it was telegraphing it directly to the really younger audience to make the correlation. Oh, you don't think they were just being because look at like some of the movies that I grew up with. Okay.
And like they didn't telegraph a ton of
No, I'm saying that's what they did here. They kept
Right, but I don't think they needed to. I don't think they trust that's the thing is I don't think they trust their audience at all. And I don't think they know who their audience is to be able to trust them. I think that is all inherently part of this problem.
This poor movie.
I like the little beady eyes.
Let's go. Let's go into we were there
when
at
the shark flew.
7 o'clock, 8 o'clock.
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
There was a number of people on this
I know.
film, and it's been out for how long?
Like 3 weeks?
Weeks?
A month, maybe?
I'm kind of shocked. On a Monday night, 8 o'clock, there was another 10 people in there, ish.
Cinema's alive.
Cinema's a lot.
I liked...
Did they laugh? I didn't hear.
No, I don't think so. I like the design of the creatures. I like the animated tufts. Like, it kind of felt like they were felt. Like, I thought it was a very tangible nature to them. I like the 3D of it all. Like,
Oh, right, it was 3D,
I forgot
wasn't
that it was 3D. It didn't really add much, but it didn't detract from me enjoying it. I thought that the creatures were cute. I wish that there was more of the creatures themselves. Like, they made this little ragtag group of, like, that freaky lizard and the other things.
It wasn't a buddy film in that sense, no.
No. And, like, George was kind of blah. George was the king. He was fine. But then it was also kind of weird where they were like, we do allow you guys to eat each other.
Those are pond rules, Tina.
Right, but that felt a little crazy. And then she just flat out murdered somebody. So when you heard me laugh, that was when Dave Franco said, "You killed my mother" at a rally, at a political rally, and I lost it.
And then when the caterpillar put the crown on.
I don't know if the sentient being in the background is being picked up by the microphones.
I don't know either, but when the caterpillar put the crown on, it was crazy.
I don't know why it's so good for you.
But like, some of the thing, it didn't teach me about the environment. It taught me that like seagulls could pick up a shark and drop it. Like, it was just, it didn't make sense. And I didn't know what it was trying to
make sense, but it
But
wasn't.
it needed to make sense within the world of that you are presenting to me, and it didn't.
No.
Okay, great. We're almost home. What do you want to rate it out of? They all kind of look like Frankie.
Your dog?
Yeah.
I figured that was the thing you were
and see,
enjoying the most.
if you can't make me cry, and the animals, I'm all thinking about my sweet little dumb dog. I don't know what to tell you. Even when the beaver got hit with the tree, I was like, he's fine.
All right. Let's do it out of tears. How many tears do you give it to?
Why?
Because it's going to be a very low number of tears.
Dams.
No.
Crowns?
Crowns?
Crowns, fine.
Oh, he's a bitter man.
Yeah, because I wanted more. Even if I didn't know what the movie was going to be.
Jesse's parents live up the street. We can go knock.
Oh, well, I'm going to probably meet them somewhere.
You probably have.
I probably have. This is horrible. But it's a movie. People will love it. People will have opinions. I give it a 1. Sorry.
I think it's a 1 for me as well. Sentient fact checker in the back?
1.
A 1.
Ooh.
1s across the board.
See? It got a 3. Good night, Tina.
Well, good night.
3 of 15.
That's it for this week's episode of Movies with My Dad. You can find all of our episodes on movieswithmydad.com or the streaming platform of your choosing. You can also send us an email at movieswithmydadpod@gmail.com. My dad is desperate to hear from you. You can find me, Tina, on Blue Sky at Tina Cacadelis or on Letterboxd at Tina_DOCX. You can find my dad at the local Lowe's. Tune in next week when we head back to the movies.